Did Kanye West predict today's economy? Listen, if you're between 22 and 28, I know you're feeling it. Fresh out of college with your bachelor's degree, or maybe you're an overachiever and you're pursuing right now a master's degree. And for all my people that are getting doctorates, we ain't talking to you. Y'all are in school for way too long. I mean, brah, you probably pushing 30. That being said, you're probably having a hard time finding a job. For new college graduates, late-stage capitalism presents a significant challenge. Just to give you a quick definition of late-stage capitalism. Late-stage capitalism refers to the current phase of our economy characterized by high corporate power, income inequality, and financialization. In late-stage capitalism, market forces dominate many aspects of life, including education and employment. The job market has now become fiercely competitive, with entry positions often demanding extensive experience or specialized skills. I mean, God bless your soul if you don't know this website, because it is truly hell. But look at this LinkedIn job posting. I mean, my guy, it says entry level right here. And if you go down here, 1 to 3 years of experience. How is that entry level? And even this one, if you go, it says entry level here. And I mean, it's already better. They're asking for just 1 year plus. But still, how is that entry level if you already need the experience? It just doesn't make sense. Many recent college graduates are unable to find jobs in their field of study. And they're even at this point struggling to find minimum wage jobs in a service industry that is supposedly in a labor shortage crisis. To keep it a buck, this puts us young adults in a position of financial vulnerability, pressured by stagnant wages, rising living costs, student debt, all creating financial strain. And with the current state of the economy we went through ridiculous inflation that hasn't yet completely cooled off. It seems that it's looking like buckle up, because better times are not coming anytime soon. Now I'm going to pivot a little bit. I want to talk about some artists and some musicians that have been speaking out about what is going on right now, and even in the past. And what's cool about it is that by talking about the subject that affects a lot of us, they're being super relatable. I mean, this is not the first time the world has gone to shit. You remember 2008? I mean, I don't. I was too busy playing with toys instead of getting a house. That being said, because I also have to have a musical aspect to my videos, let's quickly talk about an album that really resonates with this theme of school, debt, work, and just the economy. Kanye West's 2004 album, The College Dropout. It talks about themes of late-stage capitalism, student debt, work, degrees on songs like All Falls Down or Spaceships, and even in the skits. Ye critiques social pressures, materialism, and the struggle of young people navigating a unforgivable capitalistic system. His lyrics reflect the disillusionment and challenges faced by many graduate students, offering a poignant commentary on the realities of pursuing success within a capitalist society, and also demonstrating the struggles that were felt from young adults back in that time, which is still relevant, and even I would say more relevant today. He was 20 years in the future. So guys, in this video we'll be talking about late-stage capitalism, its effects on us young adults, and also how the college dropout might have predicted the future 20 years ago. So welcome back to the Killivvn Show. And today we are talking about how society and our parents lied to us. Go to school, you won't get a job. Hey everyone, my name is Killivvn. I will make this quick because people say I ramble too much on my veneer tech video, so I'll get quick to the point. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the video, comment what is your degree in, and did you find a job? And also guys, do not forget, road to 10K. If you want the blonde vinyl, get me to 10K and I will be giving this great album out to one of y'all. So yeah, let's get into the video. First of all, I would like to say that guys, still go to college. Like, if you can, if you have the opportunity, if you can afford to go to college, because you will most likely, and it's, look, the numbers prove it, people that go to college still end up making more money and tend to be in better jobs. So do it. Of course, if you're studying to become a doctor or a nurse, you will get a job ASAP. No Rocky, like, duh, bro, we need y'all. Don't worry about it. What I'm really talking about, though, in this video is more that for some people that don't want to go in fields that, like, we have a hard demand, like, for example, healthcare. I'm just saying you have to be more calculated, because at this point, school is way too damn expensive to not know what you're trying to do. And as you know, you should be seeing it right now for all my computer science degrees. A lot of job markets are oversaturated with people. So everybody's just, getting laid off like crazy. Like, deadass, many good degrees, whatever that means, people with good degrees can find good jobs. So that being said, let's get back into it. So like I said, late stage capitalism is a term to describe the current phase of capitalist economies, marked by specific characteristics set it apart from early stages of capitalism. What distinguishes it really from previous phases of capitalism are intensified wealth inequality, exploitation of labor, commodification of all aspects of life, environmental destruction, and excessive corporate influence over politics. Those aspects affect negatively most young adults today. And it starts with wealth inequality. A small amount of people and corporations are hoarding like all the money, guys. And that leads to more socioeconomic disparities. Now, before you tell me, you better pull yourself up your bootstraps. Later in the video, we're going to get into, a lot of people are pulling themselves off their bootstraps. I'm included. But we still ain't getting jobs, my guy. And there's many reasons why this inequality exists. I'm not going to go into the exhaustive list. There's a lot of YouTubers that are way better than me when it comes to these types of discussions. But I'm just going to tell you certain things that, just make it hard for us to get that dough, my guy. Tax policies, access to opportunities, generational wealth, nepotism. Rich people just hiring their rich friends or their kids, which just widens the gap. And the disparities is getting worse and worse and worse. And one that's huge and that has affected me dearly is job insecurity. And I can't be the only one right now that's having a hard time with job insecurity. I'm not just saying I'm a buying employee, but bro, listen, if the company says we don't have the budget for you, you could have the best numbers, you're out. And there's many factors for why people are having a hard time just keeping their jobs. AI. Oh God. Automation, globalization, and the gig economy. Do not get me started on the freaking gig economy. All of this contributes to a precarious workforce with unstable employment, shaky benefits. So remember the veneer techs? Yeah, if your job ain't giving you dental insurance or you don't work there enough to qualify, tough luck. You're going to be working with a basement dentist, I guess. And also stagnant wages that are just not following inflation. And basically all of this leads to a jaded population of young adults with disillusioned dreams and little hope for the future. Like this Reddit user, a recent university graduate with a degree in economics and data analytics. And boy, if you've ever taken an economics class, that shit is hard. That shit is very hard. Mind you, I'm more of a science dude. My bachelor's degree was in science. Trust me, I had great grades, made the dean's list multiple times. But bro, I took an economics course. Oh my lord, that is not easy. That being said, dude has those degrees and has been struggling to find a job. And when I say find a job, I'm talking about entry-level jobs. He just cannot. Despite applying to over 500 positions. 500 positions since October 2022. Initially targeting high-paying jobs, that didn't pan out. Now trying to find low-paying entry-level jobs across all industries. Of course, also including finance, HR, accounting, things that he studied, but also other stuff. And dude has experience. That's the crazy part. He actually has experience, he's done some service and clerical jobs. And of course, he has the degree, so you would expect him to get a job, even just entry-level. Jesus. But no, he always gets that email that, thank you for applying, but we will be moving forward with other candidates. And he gets no reason of, why wasn't I selected? No, they just shoot him and spit him out. Dude is just disheartened because, bro, he's getting turned down for $30,000 a year jobs. You can't live off of that, bro. And spoiler alert, we're going to do the math of can you live off of an entry-level job in today's world? A little later in the video. And due to that, he's probably going to end up going back to the fast food industry. All that college for nothing. And again, he's seeking advice on Reddit, and he's not the only one suffering right now. I mean, if you scroll through Reddit, you're gonna see multiple people losing their minds. Just go on the sales Reddit or the computer science subreddit. Yeah, everybody has lost their job on that subreddit. It's, oh my God. Help me! And like I said, he's clearly not the only one suffering right now. I mean, you could see on this survey that less than half of college graduates are confident about their career prospect after leaving college. Recent graduates face a complex landscape where opportunities are scarce and unevenly distributed, creating heightened challenges in securing stable, fulfilling employment. And again, one of the significant difficulties right now is the limited job opportunities on the market, especially in sectors that traditionally absorb a lot of new graduates. And also, according to an article, employers are now avoiding hiring recent college graduates in favor of more experienced, older workers. And I've said this before, many of them are asking for more experience, even though they're entry-level positions, which just narrows the options for graduates. And I mean, you've heard about it, the mass layoffs, man, since we just got out of the pandemic. I mean, the future's looking bleak for us young adults. Just this, as of March 2024, more than 200 tech companies have laid off more than 50,800 employees. And that's only in 2024. I mean, you've heard about this, man. 2023, horrible. 2022, bad. So it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And again, we're just fighting for scraps at this point. High competition everywhere for the limited roles that are available. And I mean, the competition is brutal. The stats speak for themselves. The number of college graduates has been growing constantly for the past 20 years, which is, again, a great thing. Congratulations for getting a degree. However, it seems like at this point, there's more demand than supply. In 2022 alone, over 2 million bachelor's degrees were conferred. And this number keeps increasing with every year that goes by. And I mean, this increases the difficulty for graduates to secure employment. But not only that, it also puts a lot of pressure to stand out. That's why people get a degree, get another degree. That's a lot of money. And you still can't find a job. I mean, right now, I'm doing a master's degree, and the people in some of my classes are just like superstars. I mean, wow. Like young superstars, the things they've achieved at their age, and they're still trying to get a master's. It means, first of all, I feel like a freaking loser because I'm like, bro, I've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. But also, if these people are having a hard time, yeah, I am fucked. Now, not only is it hard to find a job, there's also, and this is ridiculous, fake job listings. Please, my friends, be aware of this. And these are on popular sites like Indeed, or bless your soul if you don't know this website again, LinkedIn, which further complicates the task to find a job. Just imagine some dude says, yo, you know, I think you would be a great fit, gives you this weird makeshift interview, and then tells you, okay, but to push your resume further, you have to pay. If you have to pay to get a job, my guy, you're getting scammed. So guys, be careful of these fake listings. Don't give your information. If they ask you for your social security number and direct deposit information, and you barely just did one interview, because mind you, in today's market, you need to do like 6 interviews before even having a chance to get to the job. Yeah, there's a red flag. And these fake listings just want to take your data off of their fake application, because when you apply for a job, you still give a lot of information. And you might even see an uptick in spam phone calls. I mean, I've already been called, man, like, hey, dude, we saw your resume. We'd love to give you a job. I'm like, since when did I apply for a job in Nebraska? Yeah, you're probably getting scammed. So if I'm understanding this, on top of trying to graduate on time, then having a hard time to find entry-level jobs, they out here scamming too? Come on, we can't win. Like, what kind of dystopian reality is this? And like I previously mentioned, these entry-level jobs offer very low wages, which just compounds on the difficulty for recent graduates that are already living through, you know, high rent cost, inflation, groceries are expensive, and you have your student loan to pay. Like, many employers are just offering wages that just don't match inflation, and even nowhere near keeping up with it, which makes financial independence and stability elusive for new entrants in the workforce. For example, in 2019, the average gross rent in America was $1,164, while in 2023 it rose up to $1,317, which is if my math is correct, a 13% increase. over 4 years, while the global income isn't following that trajectory with only 8.5% increase, which really makes it hard to stay afloat. Trust me. And with grocery price increasing in America, which is really painful to American consumers, given that supermarket prices are now 25% higher than in January 2020, while inflation also has increased 19% over the same period. That being said, let's do some math. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the game show called Will You Be Homeless? Yes! In this game, we will be taking the average cost of rent, groceries, average student debt for Canadian students, the average cost for transportation, that'd be car or public transit, and we're gonna use the wage of a new graduate, apply for an entry-level position in a good degree, so no arts degrees because we know you ain't making money with that, and we're gonna calculate if they're gonna go homeless because they're not gonna have enough money by the end of the month. So let's get into it. Fucking hate that game show. Like I said earlier, we're going to break down the cost of living, transportation, groceries, and student loan debt that a person has to pay off throughout the month with their salary and see if we are fucked or not. And I'm going to take Montreal as an example because it's one of the major Canadian cities. And also, I am from Canada, so I'm not going to take an example in the US. Tough luck, Americans. That being said, I did do my undergrad at the University of Connecticut. Go Huskies. So anything I'm telling you in this video, it's going to be worse in America, even though wages tend to be a little higher than in Canada. I'm just going to show you my fee bill at the University of Connecticut. So this is what cost me for one semester, $17,608. Yes, sir. And that did not include housing or the cafeteria to eat. So you're looking for way more. And also, and forgot to say, didn't even include any books. Yeah, you have to pay for the books too. And also why I'm taking Canada as an example is because I am presently going to university in Canada, so I can also show you how much it costs me so you can follow along at home and see. But like I said, it's going to probably be worse in the US, pretty bad in Canada, and probably better in Europe. And also because I'm going to be detailing prices and monetary value for all my US viewers, I will be having USD dollars in the corner here. I'm also going to having euros because if you're European and watching this video, I want you to be able to follow along. And also for all my South Africans, we're going to have South African rand right here too. So you're going to see the breakdown of the monthly payments of a fresh grad that lives in Quebec. Okay, now let's go. As of early 2024, the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Montreal between unfurnished can be $1,599. And up here you can see the currency exchange, so you could look at it up there. Now personally, I think that's a bit much. I have a lot of friends that live in Montreal. I would say that one bedroom, $1,000. Again, depending where you live. If you guys are in downtown Montreal, ain't no fucking way you're finding anything at $1,000 one bedroom apartment. I don't give a shit. But $1,000 if you're not too far from the heart of the city, if you get lucky, it is kind of possible. You'll probably be living in a dump though. I've been to some of my friends' apartments. Sorry, you live in a dump. And again, I'm being conservative, generous actually. You will most likely not have any utilities. I'm talking about electricity, Wi-Fi, and none of that. So again, let's add that up in the corner. And that's how you're paying for now. Also, as of 2024, and correct me if I'm wrong, my Montreal brothers, the cost for a monthly bus and metro pass that you can use throughout the city, known as the All Modes A, is $97. So you can travel unlimited on the Montreal Island. But the thing is, if you want your rent to be cheaper, you have to get out of the city. So you're looking at neighboring cities like Longueuil, Laval, and the pass won't work there. So you will have to get a car. So we're going to add the $97 right here, but we're going to do something separate for if you end up buying a car. So for used cars, because there's no way in hell we're getting a new car. Have you seen the economy? The monthly payment is generally between $450 and $800. And for the numbers, it's across Canada. I couldn't find specific numbers for Montreal, so that's across Canada. And also, the average cost for car insurance in Montreal is $800 a year. So if we do quick math, the insurance is 6.666666. That's a bad number. We're gonna round it up to 70. Crucify me in the comments if I'm rounding up too much. That being said, we're going to add the insurance money, and we're going to combine that with your also car loan, which normally should give us, if we average the general car payments that are between $450 and $800 and combine that with 70, we're getting $695. I'm making y'all do math today, man. Stay in school. So over here we have still the $97 for your public transit, and here you have your car payments that would be on average $695. Okay. Now we get an interesting part, school cost. So you seen that when I went to UConn, it was $17,000, over $17,000 for a semester, okay? And of course, throughout the years, tuition went up. In Canada, which is amazing, and more specific Quebec, because Canada and Quebec kind of have a thing, okay? Excluding Quebec, tuition in Canada is quite expensive. You can ask my sister. She studied in Ontario. Holy shit, she paid a lot for school. That being said, a full-time student in Canada doing a bachelor's degree could expect to be paying $3,000 a month. And I'm a part-time student. Of course, it's a master's, a little different, but this is how much I pay for the semester. It's like 10 times less than what I was paying in the US. What the fuck? And like I said, it's way more for provinces outside of Quebec. So Ontario, Manitoba, far more expensive, okay? And of course, you're paying for tuition, but like I said, books are not included. So, yeah, you have to pay for those. And on average, at the University of Concordia in Montreal, they say that it's around $2,250 a year for books, which I feel like is expensive. Correct me in the comments, but I feel like that's a lot of money, man. I've never paid so much for books in my entire life. I mean, you can use the secondhand market, so if you're buying new, you're dumb. Then again, a lot of courses kind of scam us where, you know, they make new additions to a book and barely add new information, maybe make the cover look a little cooler, and they charge us exorbitant prices for it. So, yeah. But I'll be more conservative than that. We're going $750. I'm going to include a laptop. So let's say you pay off your laptop during your bachelor's degree. So we're going to lump it in, break it into installments. We'll go over $750. And you need a laptop in university. This is not 1970. Now, before I break it down to how much it would cost you a month, how much it would cost for the year, or for your whole, you know, college experience, you have to understand that Quebec's kind of weird. We get 3 years of university instead of the 4, because we have something that's called CEGEP, that is pre-university. And I'm not going to get into all of that. I have mixed feelings about CEGEP. I think some of it is nice, some things completely useless. That being said, if we mix all of those numbers up, add them up, I'm talking about tuition and books, you get to over $11,000 in tuition for your whole bachelor's degree. Now, you would have to pay that outright every semester, and it would be very hard on you. So most students, people in America and Quebec, and even in Europe, they get student loans. And actually, the average student loan debt for Canadians is $28,000. In Quebec, it's a lot lower. The Quebec government's a little bit more generous when it comes to school, and they give you a lot of aid, which is really a great thing. So if you have the chance, hey, get that student loan, my Quebec people. That being said, let's say that your student loan with interest and everything gets you up to $12,000, okay, that you have as a loan to pay back. And normally people typically take a 10-year plan, which means that you will be paying per month $127.36. We're rounding it up. Kill me in the comments later. $230. So let's add it up. And now we get into some real nonsense. Grocery prices, bro. Groceries are so expensive. Oh my God. And then for a single person, the average cost of groceries is $330.56. But we're going to round it down to $330. I rounded it down. See? Now you're going to be happier. Now, these are all your expenses. Now, let's see on what can you expect when you get an entry-level job fresh out of college and you got your bachelor's degree. And we're going to take degrees that are typical for Canadians, Quebec people. And I feel like in America, people also typically take these as degrees. So we're talking about business and management, engineering, finance, and pharmacology. That's what I read online is typically what people take. Iffy about the pharmacology one, but anyway. So I found 2 entry-level jobs. Keep in mind that the minimum salary in Quebec is $15.75. So these are converted. That's how much it costs hourly wages for a minimum wage job. I'm gonna burn the name of the company, okay? But this is a job, and this is actually a job I used to have. So yeah, they have an opening, and it's paid slightly over $24 an hour, which would be a little over $47,000 a year. And this is for a health company. So if you have a health background, a degree, and even a degree with business or administration, you could do this job, okay? And as you can see, you can do this job pretty much major cities in Canada. And if you look right here, post-secondary education or equivalent work experience. So this is an entry-level job. I mean, if you had experience, it's cool. You're going from entry level to entry level. That's cool. But post-secondary education means everything after high school. So potentially, yeah, you need a degree for this job. I'm going to be this transparent with you because I already had this job. This is my take-home pay at when I had this job, okay? So the numbers that I'm showing you, like after taxes and everything, they're real. Now, we're going to look at another job. This is another entry-level job. And again, you need a scientific background. You need a health background, a bachelor's degree in administration or business. Normally, you should still be good. They need bachelor's degree, associate degree, or equivalent experience. And the salary is between $16.39 and $30.43. But basically what's going to happen is if you don't have any experience, you're probably going to be in the lower range. If you have more experience, you're going to be in more in the upper range. So again, I will take just the average and you get a little under $24. So we're just going to go $24. So basically, practically the same pay for both jobs. So basically your take home is $2,637.18. So we can just go $2,640. I'm running up. So if you subtract your take home and you remove these amounts, what do you have left?
Help me!
Well, if you don't have a car, you're in better shape. You're in pretty good position because you still have $1,000.86 left, which is not that bad. It ain't no starting a family money. You still live in a dump, but it's not that bad. However, if you have a car and with jobs requiring RTO now, a lot of us having to go back to work, go back to the office, it's not looking good. You're looking at $485 left. You are one misfortune with your car, one family member in a dire situation, one accident, one, I don't know, toothache if you don't have good benefits, away from being wiped out. You can't survive with only that much money left a month. You just can't. And this doesn't even include your furniture for your home, your clothes. I mean, you have a life. There's things you want to do. This is just strict minimum. Even for the person that takes home over $1,000, I mean, you're still living with a strict minimum. Yes, you can maybe splurge a little bit, but I mean, still can't take too many chances. That being said, all of these are like decent jobs, but most people are not even able to get a second interview, let alone a first interview for these. They get rejected directly. Recent graduates are even struggling to find minimum wage jobs that are totally unrelated to their field. And again, we're supposedly going through a labor shortage. And they're trying to get these jobs because they need to pay the bills. So they're looking more like that $495 left a month than the $1,000 left. I mean, in a viral TikTok video, Lohani Santos, sorry if I mispronounced your name, a recent graduate broke down in tears as she shared an update on her job search. An experience that she said humbled her.
This is the most humbled I've ever felt in my life. I'm literally holding resumes, a stack of them, so that I can go in person to places and say, are you guys hiring? It's honestly a little bit embarrassing because I'm literally applying for like minimum wage jobs. And some of them are being like, we're not hiring. And it's like, what? This is not what I expected. I graduated college with 2 degrees in communications and acting. I speak 3 languages. Oh, this sucks. Like, I just want to be a TikToker if I'm being so for real with you. But I can't be delusional anymore. Like, I literally need to make money. And so, I'm just going to keep trying.
She earned dual degrees and speaks 3 languages. She just stood there with a stack of resumes, and after just failing to secure a job, showing up in person like it's 1995. And these were all for minimum wage gigs. And now I just want to say, here's where she fucked up. She didn't pull herself by her bootstraps. But nah, seriously, in all seriousness, most jobs, even minimum wage jobs, require you to apply online so that the algorithm can take your resume and spit it out, just reject it, because you didn't have the right keywords. And Santos' situation reflects what thousands of young adults are facing today. It's a paradox where highly educated people are finding a hard time finding suitable employment in their own field, but also low-paying industries that require minimal skill or no qualifications. And with the student loan just looming on you like a ghost, many graduates have no choice but to find a quick job, a quick fix to pay the bills because they got to get paid. So instead of maybe going for that internship that you're paid in experience and not paid at all, they can't, which sets them back from the career goals because they have to take this job that pays now because they need the money now. And they don't have rich parents, you know? The bills got to be paid right now, so they can't take that internship, let alone if they get accepted to it. And this spiraling debt cycle makes it that we can't invest. We can save money. Forget buying a home. Now, speaking about the labor shortage crisis, let's quickly talk about the rise of blue-collar work. In recent years, there seems to be a resurgence of the appreciation and the demand of blue-collar work, driven by several economic and social factors. There is a shortage of blue-collar workers, and this could be attributed to societal perceptions and educational trends over the past few decades. We're not gonna lie, our parents told us, go to college, you'll get a great job. Pursuing higher education was always overemphasized from everyone around us. I mean, many of us were encouraged to pursue college degrees that was gonna lead us to the path of success and wealth. I mean, back in the day, a lot of people had blue collar work, and there was a shift to white collar jobs being the best. I mean, best working conditions, better pay, better work-life balance. And the prestige for these white-collar jobs pushed millions of us to go to college to get the degrees to get those jobs. It's now that we're realizing that careers in construction, manufacturing, maintenance are not only crucial to infrastructure and development, but also provide stable, well-paying career opportunities that do not necessarily require a traditional 4-year degree, which comes with 4 years of debt. The rise of blue-collar work is further fueled by the growing realization of the value of vocational training and apprenticeships, which offer practical skills and a direct pathway to employment. I mean, look at us, guys. You went to college, you didn't get an internship. I mean, nurses, part of their program is to literally go to hospitals and, you know, work. They don't make a lot of money, but they're still working. Doctors, same thing. But if you have a business degree, a marketing degree, it's very vague what you can do unless you have an internship or know somebody can hire you on the spot. You're kind of screwed. While if you do blue collar work or study or pursue studies in that field, there's a direct pathway to work. And the pandemic had a huge role in the realization that, white collar jobs, when the world is shut down, just a lot of these jobs are kind of useless. Like, don't get me started on bullshit jobs. And we realized that blue collar work was extremely essential. Even though society kind of stopped functioning, for the parts of it that need dearly to function or else it's total chaos, we needed y'all, blue collar workers. For example, blue collar work kept critical services and supply chains operational. This shift towards now valuing blue collar professions challenges the long-standing societal emphasis on white collar professions and higher education, promoting a more balanced and inclusive view of career success and economic contribution. I mean, I don't know for you, but a lot of people got dissed, man, for just ditching school after high school and working in construction or becoming a car mechanic. But these dudes are making big bucks. A lot of them have houses. So guys, stop trying to be a DJ because we need electricians. We need them. I mean, as of 2024, the average annual salary for a elevator repairer in the United States is approximately $88,124. Wait, hold up. Did I read that right? Bro, I'm going to be an elevator repairer. What the hell am I doing? Quitting YouTube. I'm done. Kanye West was 20 years in the future. Born in Chicago and initially pursuing a career in music production, working behind the scenes with artists such as Jay-Z, Lil' Kim, Nas, Beyonce, and more, West faced rejection from the traditional music industry before emerging as a prominent figure in the music industry in the early 2000s as a solo artist. His 2004 debut, The College Dropout, is considered as a landmark album that blends introspective lyrics with innovative production. For me, it might be his greatest album of all time. I switch between It Might Be True, Dark Twisted Fantasy and that album, but for me, with what I'm going through right now, it is so relatable. It's ridiculous. I mean, the album reflects on West's experiences and observations about capitalist society, education, and societal pressures. Tracks like It All Falls Down critique consumerism and materialism, highlighting how societal expectations and the pursuit of wealth can lead to personal dissatisfaction and insecurity. A good example is the song Spaceship. It delves into the monotony and the alienation of working low-wage jobs. I mean, we've all been there. Touching on themes of economic disparity and the struggle of upwards mobility. West's portrayal of these struggles resonates with the experience of new college graduates in a capitalist society. Y'all should listen to Kanye. Be a college dropout. The pressure to succeed, the burden of student debt, and the challenges of finding meaningful employment are themes that echo throughout the album. Ye's candid lyrics and introspective storytelling shed light on the complexities of navigating societal expectations, educational systems, and economic realities. The College Dropout by Kanye draws obvious connections between its themes and the real-world challenges faced by graduates in late-stage capitalism. The album's exploration of consumerism, societal pressures, and the quest for success resonates deeply with the experiences of graduates entering an increasingly competitive and economically stratified job market. West critiques on materialism and the illusion of success in tracks like All Falls Down that reflect the pressure new graduates face to conform to societal expectation of wealth and status. And she'll probably do more doing hair or becoming a veneer tech than shit I'm doing right now with a degree. Here's what's interesting is that Kanye offers a critique of societal expectations surrounding education and career choices, aligning closely with the challenges faced by new graduates. And once again, late stage capitalism. The line, "She has no idea what she's doing in college. That major that she majored, it don't make no money," reflects the common dilemma of students investing time and resources into degrees that may not lead to lucrative careers in the current job market. It kind of sucks that you might be passionate about something, but you don't pursue it in college because you know you want to make money out of it. And I know I made fun of art majors, but like, if you love what you're doing, you should do it. But unfortunately, the way society is and the way the economy is, you just can't. You'll be homeless. And I mean, in the verse, Kanye West comments on the reaction of the parents. I mean, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. This highlights the pressure faced by many students to fulfill family expectations and societal norms regarding higher education. And if I could speak for myself, being from an African country, I'm not going to speak for other people, but I'm going to speak for people from my country. Your parents want you to be lawyers or doctors. They don't give a shit about anything else, man. You have so much pressure when they invest and they put money. And I mean, for other people, it is too. But like the immigrant pressure that you have when your parents, left their countries for whatever reason and brought you here, they want you to ball out. They want you to get grades and they want you to do something. If you ain't a doctor or a lawyer or something special, man, you're a disappointment. And I mean, even then, some people will pursue degrees that are not necessarily financially viable in today's day and age. I'm talking about even the computer science majors right now with the layoffs and everything. And correct me if I'm wrong, but as I'm seeing this, it doesn't seem like, and this is a good major, they're learning a lot of interesting things, but it just seems like, guys, you're not going to get a job. And Kanye West also comments on the concept of security when it comes to school. The concept of school seems so secure. That is juxtaposed with the reality of indecision and the uncertainty that many students face with their career path. I mean, sophomore 3 years and pick a career who's in the future. I mean, this resonates so strongly because of the challenges of finding work and navigating through this insane job market, especially for new graduates facing job insecurity and limited opportunities. I mean, since staying in school was the safe choice, I've been told. And of course, we do find some sense of security. I mean, when I was in college, I thought, once I finish, man, we balling. Or we're not balling at all. And all of this, at what price? I mean, you saw my fee bill, guy. Holy shit. And the decision to just stay down her and do hair first to the pragmatic approach of making a living outside of traditional educational and career paths, highlighting honestly just the ingenuity and resilience of all of us, that even if things are getting tough, some of us are still surviving, man. And y'all need to be applauded. Come on, just clap for them. Y'all doing a great job, man. But even if y'all are surviving, this highlights another problem, again, that I mentioned before, the gig economy, man. A lot of us are just, Uber, DoorDash, and things of that nature. And you get no benefits in these jobs. You can't do that forever, man. If you're in a pinch, I get it, but it's not a viable option forever. Overall, these lyrics from All Falls Down encapsulates the themes of education, career uncertainty, and societal pressures explored in The College Dropout, offering critical commentary on the realities faced by many in late-stage capitalism. And beyond that, the album narratives of working class struggles in songs like Spaceship mirror the challenges of finding meaningful employment amidst job insecurity and low entry-level salaries, which resonates with the challenges encountered by many new graduates in late-stage capitalism. The lines coming home real late at night, standing on my feet all damn day, it resonates with me on a different level. We've all been through this. I mean, it just shows the physical toll on these minimum wage jobs and the horrible long hours from jobs with minimal pay and no benefits almost. And this just shows Kanye West was in the future, because that's all we're doing, man. These service jobs, these increasing service jobs that low pay and no benefits and just the same thing every day, man. Same shit, different day. And the line trying to make this thing right is Kanye West, man, pulling himself up his bootstraps. He's showing resilience. We're all trying to be resilient. We're all trying to achieve, even though it's hard. And like I said again, clap, man. Clap for y'all, man. Y'all working hard. This is a parallel to all of us, man. Coming out of college, working these horrible jobs, trying to find different opportunities, applying like crazy, 500 applications, interviewing like crazy, man, on LinkedIn all the time, networking. We're resilient. It's hard. I hope y'all find something, man. And it's just a line on the song is being compared to someone Kanye West coworker saw on a Busta Rhymes video. It's comparing Kanye West to like, yo, you look like that dude. It just shows that Kanye West is not where he wants to be at life. He has that skill, that aspiration, that education, that grind. But like, again, he's like one of the guys on that Busta Rhymes video. He's not the only one. A lot of new graduates have that grind, that spirit. It's competitive out here. Overall, Spaceship just shows the fatigue, the frustration, and the sense of anonymity, and the sense of just being a number, characterized by low-paying jobs, shedding light of individuals just trying to make ends meet in this capitalist system that oftentimes undervalues our contributions and potential. Now, I think the skits are maybe some of the most important and most relatable parts of this album. In most particular, the Lil Jimmy skit. It really shows the societal emphasis on higher education and degrees within the context of a unforgiving. The character's Jimmy dialogue highlights the futility he feels regarding his inherited degrees, portraying them as essentially worthless in a practical sense. His father's obsessive pursuit of education, depicted as a form of greed, contrasts with the economic reality where degrees do not guarantee financial stability. Not anymore. Or even employment, for that matter. This skit denounces a generational cycle of misplaced priorities, where getting a degree is prioritized over practical financial planning. Jimmy's ironic statement, I'm going to get super smart so I too can die without money. But you know what? I'm going to be the smartest dead guy. Jimmy satirizes the empty achievement of accumulating knowledge without real life benefits. And it's unfortunate, because I think that it's amazing to love education, pursue education, and just want to get smarter and accumulate knowledge. But the real thing is, in the world we live in, you just can't. You can't. And I think the sentiment resonates with the disillusionment of many recent graduates who find out their educational qualifications are insufficient in securing a stable job. In the broader context of the album, the skit serves as a harsh critique of the capitalist system that values degrees and abstract symbols of status, aka you getting a white-collar job, rather than as a pathway to meaningful employment. It echoes the album's themes of questioning societal norms and the pressures of conforming to traditional measures of success, making it particularly relevant to discussions on the challenges faced by new graduates in late-stage capitalism. Conclusion. In conclusion, The College Dropout serves as a poignant reflection of common challenges for young adults 20 years after the album's release. He was in the future, I'm telling you guys. Offering a critical commentary on social pressures, on societal pressures, materialism, and the struggles of young people navigating an unforgiving capitalist system. It's crazy. I understand why some people really want the old Kanye back, because at this point of the career, he was so relatable. So relatable, it's actually scary, bro. I understand, you know? Like, even though I think that Jesus is still the old Kanye up to then, but he was never as relatable than he was on this album. It is ridiculous. Like, the things he's go through and he's explaining in this album, I'm living them now, and it's scary how accurate it is. The challenges faced by new college graduates in today's economy is multifaceted and deeply impactful, creating an insecure climate for young adults entering the workforce, which is demonstrated on maybe the greatest debut album of all time, The College Dropout. You can argue in the comments. As the job market becomes increasingly competitive, and entry-level positions demand more experience and specialized skills, recent graduates often find themselves struggling to secure meaningful employment in their chosen field. Instead, many of them are forced to settle for low-paying jobs or engage in the gig economy to make ends meet, facing the harsh reality of financial strain and limited opportunities. Tracks like All Falls Down and Spaceship resonate deeply with experiences of graduates, highlighting the disillusionment, insecurity, and resilience that characterizes this phase of life. They said our 20s were going to be our best years. They lied. Through his music, Kanye invites listeners to confront the harsh realities of late-stage capitalism, encouraging critical reflection on the societal structures and economic system that shapes our lives. As we navigate the complexities of the modern job market and financial landscape, albums like The College Dropout continue to serve as a relevant and relatable of the narrative of the struggles faced by new graduates, offering comfort and a call to action for a better future. Even though I understand he's not relatable now, Kanye, and he might be so far gone, this album has had a huge impact for me in my 20s and even before that. And if you haven't listened to the album, I really encourage you to listen to lyrics, man, because it's scary how accurate he was. I just want to say this. Thank you for sticking around to the end. And at the beginning of the video, you saw applications being rejected. Unfortunately, we're not going forward with your application, things of that nature. All of those were mine. I've been applying like crazy. It's insane. The dude that had 500 applications, I probably sent more since maybe like late 2023. Guys, you're not alone. It's hard out here. It's really difficult for people that have higher education, people that have maybe not a lot of education. It's hard for everybody. We're going through a rough time, and I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers for late-stage capitalism. I don't have the answers for Kanye West going back to his old sound. I don't have an answer for you to buy a house or go back in time to 2008 and stop playing with toys. I don't have the answers, Sway.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
But what I can say is, if you have dreams, I'm not going to stop you from wanting to pursue your dream. Go full head first into them. But if you do decide to go to college, and for you, you're maybe the first person of your generation to make it there, and for you, college might be just an end to be able to get your family out of, poverty and start creating generational wealth. Take time to find how the industry is moving, to find where the industry is going, to find what are the next big jobs in the next 10 years, or choose a safe bet, man, because college is really expensive. School is really expensive. And I mean, don't follow societal norms. Your parents won't look at you funny, like Kanye said. Do what you want to do, but also make sure to do your homework and know what you want to do, because it's expensive, man. If you have to take a gap year, a year off, do it. I really encourage it, man. You'll find who you are and what you want out of life. And yeah, that's it, guys. Like, share, follow, subscribe, comment. What's your major and how many applications have you sent since, let's say, 2022? And guys, as usual, keep it supreme.